Hello, guys, and welcome. So, how many times have you heard it? I've heard it enough times to have dreams, maybe even nightmares about it. We know they give shishi. We know they give shishi. So that is the mantra, the chant of the Peter Obi space. We know they give shishi. We know they give shishi. That's been the theme, the backdrop of his campaign all the way through. So let me just bring you, I could bring you a million examples, but let me just bring you this one. Let me bring you this one. It's just an example of the we know the give shishi narrative of the Peter Obi space. So let me give you the example and then we'll discuss exactly what we know the give shishi means. So this is, it says, pardon me. So I'll share this article with you. Peter Obi supporters ground Makodi with 1 million man Obi trek. We are the structure march. So there it is. We know they give shishi. Supporters of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, weekend grounded commercial and business activities in Makurdi, the Benue State capital, with a 1 million man tag, well, with a 1 million man march. Let's do that again. Supporters of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party LP, Mr. Peter Obi, weekend grounded commercial and business activities in Makurdi, the Benue State capital, with a 1 million man march tagged Obi Trek. We are the structures. The self sponsored march had people from all walks of life, including women, youth, and the elderly, in attendance. The march, which commenced from the popular IBB Square, saw the participants driving and walking through major streets in the town, bearing placards and singing solidarity songs in support of the presidential candidate and his vice. Some of the placards read, "We are the structure. It is time to take back our country. We know they give shishi. It is time to rescue Nigeria. Nigeria will be great again. The future is now." Speaking to correspondents at the activity, the State Publicity Secretary of the LP, Mr. Keng Ati, explained that Obi Trek is an activity of uh, coalition of its. So let me take that again. Now, speaking with correspondents at the activity, the State Publicity Secretary of the LP, Mr. Keng Ati, explained that Obi Trek is an activity of coalition of Peter Obi support groups in Benue State. They are people who have identified our presidential candidate and a few other candidates across the state and decided to do a solidarity march for them. These are people who came together, raised money on their own, and undertook the activity without the prompting of the party. So, what they did was not an activity of our party. No member of the Labour Party leadership or candidate in the coming elections was part of the program because we are aware of the INEC timetable and we cannot go against it. It is a self-funded activity of like minds. They tagged it 1 million man march. We are the structure. They came out to show that they are the structure of the party. They came to tell us that they represent their voters, colleagues, and associates across the board, and they will rally them to vote for Obi when the time comes. Apart from that, they also did a fantastic job from what I gathered. They did advocacy and voter education, which is an important assignment for everyone. So there it is. That's just one example. I could bring you countless examples, of course, but let me just bring you that example. So I only bring you that example only to be able to play you a video. But before I play you that video, let's just examine exactly what the Peter Obi movement means by we know they give you shishi. So we know they give you shishi means we're not. It's a colloquialism to say we're not giving a penny. And to say we're not giving a penny, the Nigerian political landscape, as you all know, is a heavily monetized political space. So when they come with the mantra, we know they give shishi, that is to say that they would not be inducing financially or in any other bribery related manner any voter to align themselves with the Obey movement. So what they are saying by extension is that anybody that does join the Obey movement is doing it of free will and out of a desire to see the candidate win through in February because, of course, they believe in his policies and they believe in his personalities. So all of that wrapped into that we know they give shishi. And from that article I just read you, what they are leading us to believe is that there's this mushroom springing up of organic organizations, organic structures that just springs up all over the country, gather themselves in a self-help sort of way, pull their resources together, and to publicly then announce their solidarity with the Obi campaign without any financial inducement, either from the Central Party or anyone else. And nobody is there out of being financially induced or inducing on any other way. They're there of free will. And as I said, because they believe so fervently in the candidature of Peter Obi. So that's the backdrop to that. We know they give shishi. So they know they give shishi, but what were they giving here? Watch this. And there it is right there. The unmistakable scramble for money was difficult not to see. The scramble for money was difficult not to see. It is only by will and grace that it did not actually break out in a fight. And there is the suspicion that if that clip had lingered on, we would have seen the fight break out. So yeme go, ego, ego, ego. You could hear, of course. I mean, you don't have to be an Igbo speaker to understand what ego means. So they don't give shishio, but certainly something being gifted out there. And from the chant of ego, ego, it is left to your conclusion to conclude what is being given there. So Festus Kiyamo, of course, he very quick to leap onto that space. So now let's now see how Festus responds to that clip. Let me share another screen with you. Let me share this screen with you. So there it is right there. So let me read it for you. We know they give shishi. Kiyamo mocks obedience fighting over money. So patently, we all saw it. The videos don't lie. The spokesperson of the Presidential Council of the All Progressive Congress APC, Festus Kiyamo, has mocked supporters of the Labour Party over its No Shishi campaign. This is coming after a video of some members of the party and its supporters fighting over money surfaced online. In a tweet posted on his verified Twitter handle on Friday, Kiyamo shared a video that shows a tussle among supporters of the Labour Party and its members as they shared cash amongst themselves. So there it is. He quoted former American President Abraham Lincoln in asserting that the supporters should not think they can fool everybody all the time. He wrote, "We know they give Shishi, fighting over Shishi. You can fool some of the people all the time and all of the people sometime, but you cannot fool all of the people all of the time." Abraham Lincoln recalled that supporters of the Labour Party have always boasted about their party and their candidates operating on the tenets of no shishi, implying it won't engage in the distribution of cash to any individuals. So there it is right there. They know they give shishi, and then it goes on to show you that clip. I think you've already seen it, but it's all over the place. And there it is again. So it's pretty much the same clip circulated all over the social media space. So we know they give shishi, we know they give shishi. We don't give shishi in the public, but if you come around the corner, we can fight over shishis. So fight over shishis. Come tell me what you've made of all that in the comment section. So I'll leave it here. Carry the conversation on with you in the comment section, but here I say peace.